Hi, it's Mark here with you today, the Christian gun owner, coming to you from my office here in Fort Smith, Arkansas, my home office. The video that you're watching here has taken me about a month to make, and the reason it's taken so long to make is because the two video sessions that I did before this one that I'm doing sitting here right now were on the range, and neither one of them came out to be something that I wanted to produce a complete video with, so I've added some of those clips and some of the shooting from those videos towards the end of this. But this is an important enough subject in the world we live in today for gun owners who never use those guns, never shoot or practice with those guns, even though they keep them for self-defense, is a scenario in which, well, just watch this. Hi, I came out today to the range to ask a question, or get you to ask yourself a question, and that question is, am I a shooter or am I just a gun owner? I'm asking that question because people communicate with me from across the country every week, month, year round, and I continually see people who own guns but never get out to a range to practice with them or shoot them. I've had people tell me about the gun they've kept in their house for years. They've never fired it. I've heard people tell me that they keep a gun in their house for protection. They keep a gun locked up in a box and they keep the ammunition somewhere else. I understand the need for safety and the need to watch out for our children and other people in the house, but the reality is, in today's world, if you're getting a gun for self-defense, you've got to have that gun ready, and you've got to be ready to shoot it. And a lot of people, that seems kind of overwhelming. They get to thinking, well, you know, I can't afford the ammo. I don't have any place to shoot. I gotta have targets. I don't know what to do. So what I came out here to tell you today is, you know, do what's within your budget. I've got 3 guns here that I carry on a regular basis under different conditions. They're all a little bit different size. They're all a different caliber. There's a 45, a 40, and a 9mm. I'm confident in all of these guns. I'm not confident in them because they're here. I'm confident in them because I shoot them on a regular basis, and I shoot them under different conditions. But you have to do what's within your budgetary guidelines. You have to do what you can afford. But the reality is, you can go out a couple times a month with 50 rounds of ammo if that's all you can afford, and you can make the most of your range session or someplace that you're shooting targets, or however you're shooting. You can make the most of it with just whatever you can afford. But the main thing is to understand that doing as much as you can to get out and shoot your guns, get used to you being on the trigger. And by the way, there's nobody behind the camera, so I'm pointing it towards the camera here. Getting out and getting on that gun and getting a feel for it and what it feels like to shoot it, what it's going to do, the recoil, all of that kind of thing. It's important for you to manage. The targets you're about to see me shooting at are targets that I've put together with materials from my local Lowe's, Home Depot, and Walmart, and a few of the steel targets that I've ordered. I don't even order stands from them. I order the steel targets and then go get what I need to set them up from Lowe's and Home Depot. Here's an example, shooting 3 different pistols in different ways at different targets in ways that are easy for anybody to take that gun that's never getting used and turn it into a weapon that you practice with and that you're ready to use in a self-defense situation. Here's just an example of just shooting at some of those things that I make with materials anybody can get anywhere. And the things that I hear consistently, one of the things I hear consistently is, well, yeah, I own a couple of guns, but I never get out and shoot them. I own some guns, but I keep them locked up. I haven't shot a gun in 15 years, but I have one in my house in case I need it. I have a revolver, but I haven't shot it in 20 years. I hear this continuously, people having the notion that because they own a gun, that it's going to help save their life in case something happens, but we all know that that is somewhat of a fantasy. If somebody is not actually using that gun, doesn't know how to use it, doesn't know how to shoot it, and is not able to get to it quickly. The question is this right here. So you own a gun. Here's the question. If at any point in any day you, your family, your friends, people around you were threatened with a life-threatening criminal assault, would you be able to do this to neutralize it, and neutralize it quickly? If you can't, then you're just a gun owner. You're not a shooter. Well, I hope that if you own a gun, if you've been thinking about using it, you know you need to practice with it, you know you need to get used to it on the trigger. I hope this has helped somebody. Just to show you here, in my house here, right next to me is a Smith & Wesson Shield and a 45 ACP. Also, right over here is a Smith & Wesson M20 9mm. Both of these guns are guns that you saw in that video, and both of these are guns that I carry on a regular basis. These guns stay loaded and ready in my home to use as self-defense weapons. But the key is that I practice with those guns on a regular basis, because in a life-threatening encounter, you're not going to have time to think through a bunch of things as to how that gun works, how you're going to get your finger on the trigger, how you're going to shoot it. You have to pick it up and make it work. My prayer is that you're going to stay safe, that you'll never have a need for a gun like this in a life-threatening encounter, but that if you do, you'll be ready because you've practiced with that gun to be ready to defend yourself, your family, and people around you. I'm Mark, the Christian gun owner. I'll see you soon.